We're feeling the Kenergy, but this time, it's in space. Let's talk about Project Hail Mary. Hey guys, it's AJYT Abbott here, and as you can probably tell, we are reviewing a new Ryan Gosling film, Project Hail Mary, and I've dressed as Ken for quite a few videos over the years, and yes, I will do this for every Ryan Gosling movie I ever review. I have to, okay? With that in mind, this review will contain spoilers. If you guys haven't seen the trailers, by the way, and you don't want to get spoiled for it, you might have already clicked off the video already, but don't watch the trailers as much, because you might want to let some things be a surprise when you go to see this film. Project Hail Mary is about Ryland Grace. He is a scientist, a middle school teacher, and he is pulled into this mission by Sandra Hüller, who was nominated for a couple Academy Awards the same year that Ryan was for Ken. And I found her to be really good in this movie for what little she has. I mean, she's not really a huge part of the plot because we are pretty much focusing on Ryan Gosling the entire film. About 90% of this movie is Ryan Gosling. And he just does a phenomenal job. I mean, I know it's very early, and I'm going to do an early Oscars prediction video, but could he get nominated for this? Because I would love it, because this is a character that I feel like he is putting his heart and soul into. He worked for a lot of years on this movie, trying to get this project off the ground, and I see why. It's a visual spectacle. You have Greg Fraser, the guy that did the cinematography for Dune and Dune Part 2. If this was what he gave up Dune Part 3 for, I'm saying it's absolutely worth it, because this movie is stunning. Filled with color, filled with wonder, and it's a movie, I know this phrase gets tossed around a lot, and it's become kind of cliche, but this is a movie that we need right now, I feel like. This is a very hopeful movie, a very optimistic movie, even though it is set in kind of a dark situation where Grace wakes up on the ship, he sees that the other astronauts are dead, and we kind of tell the story in a non-linear fashion, which if you've seen some of my reviews on the channel of certain films, you'll know, like with Challengers and or some other movies, I might not be a big fan of non-linear storytelling, but if you do it right, and you tell it in a good manner where it serves the story, it keeps you on your toes, you're intrigued to see the next part of it getting revealed, like something like Weapons, then you have a good one. And this is an example of good linear storytelling. I didn't feel like it really held it back any. There was a few moments maybe where it kind of, pumped on the brakes a little bit when we're in the middle of a great sequence in space, and then it comes back down to Earth. But really, as far as pacing, the movie is 2 hours and like 45 minutes, something like that. Definitely maybe could have been shaved a little bit. I would say maybe 10 to 15 minutes you could have shaved off, but that's really my only nitpick with this movie. I loved it. Now, of course, when we get into the part where the trailer's revealed, that I was kind of, warning people at the beginning they might not want to watch the trailers for, is the reveal of Rocky. And Rocky is this alien that looks like a rock. He is literally like a spider rock kind of creature. He doesn't have any like facial features or anything like that. And he doesn't speak, English. He has to get Grace to interpret words and move that into the English language, so then he kind of gets like a translator for him and gives him a cool voice, and they build communication off of one another. And let me tell you, Ryan Gosling and this Rock are my favorite duo of the year so far, and it's going to be hard to top, because the chemistry and the bromance that these two form, Ryan Gosling and the CGI, part animatronic and puppetry Rocky, by the way, the effects on Rocky are flawless, man. It is awesome. You believe that thing is there talking with Ryan the entire time. The visual effects alone, flawless. I did not see a single bit where I would point out like, oh, that doesn't look very good. That doesn't look quite that good. No, this was absolutely flawless. The visual effects team absolutely cooked on this, so Oscar nomination. Throw it to them, please. And Rocky and Grace's relationship really evolves throughout the course of the movie. I think he comes in about like the 30-40 minute mark, so you get a good hour and a half with Grace and Rocky building that relationship. We find out that Rocky wasn't alone on his ship either. There was like 23 other people with him, or creatures with him on the ship, and they all died. And they're both there for the same reason. They're trying to figure out why the stars are dying, because the sun is dimming, and they're saying, like, hey, if you don't go on this mission, then in the next, like, 4 years, a lot of the population is going to be dead, and it's going to be on you. Because originally, Grace is just there to help out, but then there's a situation that happens where an explosion takes place. The 2 scientists that they had going on to the mission are dead, so they say, hey, you're up, Grace. You have to go up there with them. And this is a one-way trip. They're like, you're not going to be able to get back here because it's like 11 light years away. It's far beyond our capabilities for, in terms of getting you back here in one piece. So this is a one-shot. It's a Hail Mary. Hail Mary. That's where the title comes in. And Grace is immediately like, no, like, I can't. But at the same time, Sandra Huller's character is so desperate that she forces him. They have people chase him down, inject him, and they put him in coma. And he wakes up at the ship in the start of the movie, and he's so confused. So over the course of the movie, he's getting these flashbacks, and we're kind of piecing the story together as to how he got on this mission. Grace doesn't have a lot of people back home. He doesn't have any immediate family. He doesn't even have a dog. He doesn't have, a girlfriend or anything like that. And, Rocky being alone on his ship, he doesn't have anyone either. So he says, yo, look, it's up to us. And they, come up with all kinds of new scientific discoveries. Grace learns from Rocky. Rocky learns from Grace. They're both working together in harmony. There's plenty of hilarious moments between them when they're building out the language. He's like, fist my bump. He's like, no, fist bump. Also, he gives him a thumbs up, and Rocky's just like, he's like, close enough. That's why I give this movie 2 thumbs down for Rocky. There's, of course, the Rocky reference. I knew it was coming, but the way that they do it, they have these TV screens where Grace kind of sits there and ponders his situation as he's watching, like, a beach on the screen, and they watch Rocky together. Oh my god, I love it. I loved all of that. But the movie is incredibly emotional. I got so teared up over this rock creature. And there's so many moments, like, towards the climax of the movie. There's not, like, a huge, gigantic climax. There's, like, a lot of serious, big moments happening throughout the film. But one where Grace is about to die because he passes out when the ship's going out of control, and Rocky breaks out of this little, bubble that he has that's keeping him safe because the atmosphere is going to harm him if not. And he gets out there and he risks his life to save Grace, and you think that Rocky's dead. He, of course, comes back later in the film, and they are happy to see that each other are alive. And you have this resolution where they figure out how to save each other's stars, and like, well, I guess this is a goodbye. And Grace gives Rocky this little ball of earth, and Rocky's like, I didn't get you anything. And Grace says, you gave me everything. Like, man, the music in this movie, oh my god, the score is absolutely amazing. I hope this gets nominated for so many Oscars, and I'm going to talk about it in my early Oscar predictions video that is going to come probably next week sometime, maybe the weekend. But guys, there's so much I could talk about with this movie, but I'm going to talk about it at the end of the month with the tier ranking anyways. And like I said, I'll be talking about it in that early Oscars predictions video. There's so many things I could list off, but this review would take like 15 minutes long if I did list off every single thing that I love about it. But as you can see, I was extremely satisfied. I'm giving Project Hail Mary a 9 out of 10, the first 9 out of 10 of the year for the channel, and this could easily, with a rewatch, go to a 10 out of 10. I can't wait to watch this again. If you have not, actually, no, if you haven't seen it, you shouldn't be here, because I told you to get out of here. But if you have seen it, go see it again. Keep supporting this movie. Keep supporting these really awesome book adaptations that we've been getting recently. The Martian, that was written by this guy as well. The same guy that wrote this book wrote The Martian. I've heard that movie's really great. Keep supporting these movies. Keep these movies alive, because they are hopeful. They are meaningful. There's a ton of craft put into it. And, yeah, we don't want to take it for granted, seriously. It's doing really well at the box office right now, so let's keep that going, alright? Alright, Grace Rocky save box office, am I right? So, that's gonna be it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Tell me what you thought of Project Hail Mary down in the comments below. Review for Ready or Not 2 is gonna be on the way this week. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and goodbye.